too, to add just another big minion. It's a Zulok. Oh wow, tapping hard.
For the wild.
Barns or ramp? Ramp. Or Barnes.
Tonight, a tale of glorious redemption.
Oh god, yes. What an amazing, amazing draw on that.
Spectacular.
The light protects me. The light protects me.
Get it out! Get it out! Oh!
Bad news for this guy is I'm gonna drop Moonbreak harder. I got disconnected. I don't know if I'm streaming too high for quality. He's gonna need to throw a tongue now. He's doing a lot of damage though, look at it. Oh god, yes.
Spectacular.
You win.
Your puny deck stands to chance. So here's the big Druid in action. I'm going to be playing, doing some commentary because the audio is sort of messed up. What I'm doing in the mulligan phase is I'm mulliganing for ramp cards. And you see I got a much better starting hand now. So we got like Wild Growth, Mire Keeper, Innervate, and Nourish, which make a really good combo. He just plays Thornshire Cleric. I just played my ramp cards. So next turn I'm going to be at 4 mana. I just play my 4 mana card, ramp again. So now I can be up to 6 mana next turn. He coins out the just a taunt because I have a body in the way. He doesn't want me to kill his Northshire Cleric, but I just don't care. I ramp. So you kind of see the theme here. Like my opponent is doing nothing. The thing about Nourish that's really good is you gain the mana crystals, so you can always do like a hero power, which is really nice. And so I do damage. I do have to do some damage to him. He decides not to heal it and draw a card, and he plays Barnes, but so he's like some type of high roll Kazaka's deck as you'd expect, but he just misses it. Whatever. So I attacked this guy before too because I'm doing 1 damage. So I do Ultimate Infestation. I just innervate into it. I was at 9 mana. I want to just make sure he doesn't draw a card. I don't want him to pick up any sort of card draw, and then I get 5 armor. I play a 5 minion. It's the strongest card in the game, so when I don't have like a full hand, I draw it, and then it makes my hand like insanely powerful. So he basically clears, but he's able to get a piece of his puzzle out, which is the Kazakus, or Raza for his Kazakus combo. But he only has 5 mana, and you know I have 10 mana. Boom, and look at this, I draw Deathwing. So now I have a 10-10 and a 12-12 on the board. He has to master spell just to like stop the pain, you know, just so like I don't summon any more crazy big minions on him, which is fine. So he goes face because he doesn't want to sacrifice his minion, and I think because he has Anduin in his hand, but he has to get up to 8 HP. So I'm deciding like what I want to do. I have a very good selection of cards to go from here. I ultimately end up deciding to. I want to think about more of a longer term game, just in case I can't kill him for whatever reason. For whatever reason, like he draws Shadow or Death, or so I want to put in some taunt minions in between us. So I want to play Malfurion, and I want to buff Deathwing just to give myself a huge amount of armor. And so now, I mean, I become a lot harder to kill. I have very powerful cards in my hand. I'm very cognizant that he could have Anduin in his hand to destroy my minions over 5 attack, which is fine. But the whole point is, like, he can't survive that long. I have too much threat on the board, so he has to clear these minions. Now he has to clear the taunt minions. He can only heal himself for 2, so he has to clear my taunt minions, somehow kill one of my guys. It just can't be done. Like, he's just in a losing position at this time. And this is sort of a fight against sort of more of an aggro-based priest, so that's why I wanted to include this game, just to kind of show you just how just they get stomped if you ramp hard. Here's a matchup against a Jade Druid, or sometimes these guys have been playing like hybrid of those Kalenthos Taunt Druids. So that's a deck that you see a lot on the ladder as well. Beyond probably like rank 10, I would say. Like, it's a meta deck. So again, in the beginning, I mulligan just for the really good ramp cards, and I actually get a pretty good starting hand. Part of the trick is just out ramping when you're up against other druids. Most of the time, I haven't fought any other big druids, but because people haven't figured out the secret that big druid is really, really good. You have to relies on card draw, really, on getting better card draw. Basically better ramping than your opponent. Like, if you don't get any ramping, which doesn't happen very much for me for whatever reason, because we have just so many ramp cards in our deck, pretty much all of our cards that are lower than 5 mana are ramp cards in some respect. So right there I was able to do a double ramp. I was able to gain 2 mana crystals plus ramp using Jade Idol. So now I have 10 mana, and so now I can play Tyranius next turn. He played a really bad play there by playing the Primordial Drake. He didn't get very much value out of it. And we're on turn, I'm on turn 10, he's on turn 9. Since he's been ramping and all this stuff, and he's been playing Jades, you know, he's playing sort of a Jade deck more than a Taunt deck, I want to say. And the thing is as you're playing big minions, it doesn't really help when they have Spreading Plague. It doesn't really help out with that as well. So I can't really do anything, so I'm going to slow down some of the editing here. And I can't really do anything to get around some of these taunts, but I don't want him to just try to kill Tyranius at all. Remember, he can't swipe him at all. He can only swipe him for 1 damage. So I just want to I want to draw up to 9 cards, so I'm going to play the best card in the expansion, which is Infested. Ultimate Infestation. So there he plays Spreading Plague. He spends 5 mana to get 2 taunts, which doesn't do anything. It just slows me down a little bit. So he innervates twice into another taunt. So by this time, like after he plays Spreading Plague, I realized, like, okay, this guy is basically a Taunt Druid. But he kind of misplayed there. He didn't misplay, because there's no way for him not to get those taunts out before he plays Innervates to get the... No, he could have played that minion first and innervated out the other minions, so he didn't have to damage his own minions. I'm just like, okay, you're playing all these taunts, I can't get around it, but look, he has 2 cards, I have 10 cards. And part of that is just, it's not outskilling him or anything, it's just that I drew Ultimate Infestation, and he didn't. So I've lost to some druids that have been able to do it, but the reality is druids have an insanely hard time with big minions, handling big minions, because they have to ramp up all these Jades, and they have to get the card draw and all these things to do it. And for him to, most of the time you see he's like controlling the board, so he can't build up his Jades to be aggressive against me. So I'm going to actually, this is a case where you get to see the power of Medivh, like sort of win the game, and it's pretty awesome. And of course we weren't able to do the super combo where we do Medivh and Ultimate Infestation, but you still see, like, okay, I'm getting cards out of my hand after Ultimate Infestation. I drew Ultimate Infestation again, so I wasn't able to use it, but I'm just basically spending cards. I'm trying to get these cards out of my hand for the next Ultimate Infestation. So yeah, I'm just outvaluing my opponent. I get some insane draws. I get Hogger, plus I get that really awesome Cthulhu card, which I'm able to draw a 10 cost card from my deck at the beginning of my turn, which is awesome. I don't see that card ever in ranked play at all, even from Cthulhu decks. I've looked at it. I think it's an epic card from Cthulhu, but you'll see like the card survives. I'm able to draw like a 10 cost card out of my deck, and trust me, I have 10 cost cards in my deck. I have Yasharaj and Deathwing still. And I think if you don't have a 10 cost card, it still draws the highest cost card for you. And see, there we go. So it draws the 10 cost card first, and then it draws Malfurion. So I'm at 10 cards, so I need to play cards, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just in complete control of this game. I have Hogger out, which is summoning a 2/2 taunt every turn. So I'm debating on whether I usually want to pick taunts for this, but I'm in such a dominating command of the board that I just summon 2 poisonous spiders, because now he's ramping up, I believe, to 4 and 4 Jades. So against Jades, I want to play poisonous spiders. I have 8 cards in my hand, so I don't need to use Innervate just to kind of use it. And my board is now full. And as you can tell, this guy just AFK'd, because you're right, it's like he just got dunked. So the game's over, bam. He just kind of AFK'd, rage quit, whatever you want to call it. Game over. So I thought this was a quest mage I'm fighting, but it's actually a tempo mage, because the guy's playing like a quest mage would, like playing with like a lot of Cabal's tomes, I guess, and just stuff. So the first turn I just ramped up, right? I'm looking for ramp cards. I didn't get a very good draw. As you see, I got 1 ramp card. But you can see the danger of what some mages do here is that and I just drew a ramp card there, so the probability of me drawing ramp cards is also very high. I'm saving Innervate for something. If I get a good card in my hand, I'll play Giant Anaconda. I want to kind of like bunk out Counterspell if he has it, which is fine, but I do have the combo in my hand, which is Medivh plus Ultimate Infestation, which is fantastic. So I can get out Medivh, but I have no other spells in my hand if I want to, but instead he plays that. And since he played a secret, I figured he might have Mirror Entity, which he does have here. So I didn't want to really play Medivh into give him a 7/7, and he just does like a meteor on it, and then he has a really high minion on board. And so that's a card that usually tempo mages have. They have that secret guy who like does damage when he comes out of you have control of a secret. And I don't really want to trade with that guy, because I should have probably pinged his guy there, but instead of going for the guy's face, so that was probably a misplay on my part. So I'm actually at 8 mana now. He played another secret. I don't know what it is. Both of his Medivh's valets. So he's done a bit of damage. The game editing is now going to slow down a bit so we can watch the game more in real time. He has a Frozen Clone spell, so he gets 2 Medivhs in his hand, which is pretty cool. But he is only at 7 mana, so he can't play the Medivhs. So he's trying to... I think by now he realizes, like, okay, this guy's like a big druid. He's trying to stay the storm, really. So he's trying to slow me down with freezes, and he's going face still. He doesn't really kind of know what's happening. I'm at 9 mana, but lo and behold, I draw Innervate to actually get out the combo, which is Ultimate Infestation, and actually puts a ton of cards into my hand. So when I can, I will always use Ultimate Infestation at all times. That seemed to me like the most dangerous card at this time, just because he could like do a lot of stuff with it. And I did give him 2 high cost cards in his hand, but he's not really playing Medivh for whatever reason. Like, he could play it this turn if he wanted to, but I think he realizes that he's in trouble. So, and now that, look at the value I created from it. So I created a 10 cost minion. Really, the giant is a 25 cost minion, but I guess because all the guys on board, it actually pulled out. So I think he's realizing like how much danger he's in. He plays another secret because he realized like, oh crap, this guy got a free secret. He got a free big spell on me. And really, at this point, the game is over. I mean, yes, he has a lot of minions, but they're really low attack minions. They're not doing anything. He's doing like virtually no damage to me. So I'm thinking about what I want to do here. He's played a secret. I don't know what it is, if it's a spell or not. I want to get more value out of Medivh's thing if I can. So I waste the first just 1 cost spell, which is actually pretty good versus mage, especially a tempo mage. So do I want to throw a taunt out in front of him? So we've gotten a secret out of his hand. I have 9 mana left, so I just YOLO it and play Zera now. And I do. I just am like, yo, you know, just like F it. Let's just play Zera and just see where the cards go here, and I can just get some insane cards off this. Like, you know, Ysera awakens, you know, the 5 damage cost thing. And, you know, look at the board now, his minions compared to my minions. And he has 2 Medivhs in his hand. He's not used either of them. And look, he just inefficiently spent 2 crystals. He should try to take like a flyer, because I would probably trade the Mountain Giant into his Medivh, but he would still have the Staff of Medivh, and he'd be getting all this value off of it. But for whatever reason, he just doesn't do it. So I have 1 more charge left in the staff. I want to get it maximized as much as I can. So I cast the heal on myself. Boom. Nice little heal. Bam. Draw a 6 cost minion and draw another 6 cost minion. So another game where you get to see the real power of Medivh's staff and play when it works. And now I'm just trying to think. I got 4 mana left. I'm just like, I feel like I'm just in such control now of the game because the swing is so insane. And I could just pick his Medivh up, I guess, now. So the game has really gotten away from him. So I'm saving that dream just for, again, more of a... When I'm in control of the board like this, and it's just like I'm 1 turn away from lethal, I don't really want to overextend into this board. And he's trying to draw like crazy, and he's got a ton of cards in his hand. I think he has... you know, so he's trying to get rid of cards out of his hand. He's trying his best, and he's basically going to overdraw himself here and quit, which is hilarious. You know, that's why I thought it was sort of like a secret priest, because I'm not a secret priest, but a quest priest, because a quest mage, because he's playing so many card draw stuff. Last game I want to show you here as sort of a highlight is the playing against basically a hunter deck. An aggro hunter deck. It looks like an Azoth deck, if you don't really know the truth. And, you know, he probably has Rexar in his deck, which is really pretty cool concept to try. But he's just going to have a hard time. You're going to see this game. It's pretty quick. It gets kind of out of control. That 1 cost, that 2 cost 1/1 is terrible versus Ramp Druid, because I'll never attack it. You know, just never going to happen. I guess, you know, he's going to have to buff it somehow. But I do want to show you how I want to play against this hunter, is I do want to try to remove his minions when I can, because I don't want him to buff it. That's a cool card. That's a new card, Bear Shark. But I can still attack it as a Druid. So again, I'm as you can see, I'm still focusing on just ramping up as much as I can. And I don't pop his... guy there. I don't go for the 1. I don't try to attack that 1/1 to give him any momentum at all. Like, he has to waste his turn attacking with that 1/1 somehow. And I don't have the Primordial Drake in my hand to really pop it. But I wouldn't pop it anyways. I'd play Curator if I had it in my hand. As we're going up to turn 8 for me. But see, and I'm just see the game has gotten the Ramp Druid. You see the strength of it is like there's so many good ramp cards now and card draw mechanics. There's the Primordial Drake, which is a perfect anti-aggro card. He needs to work through it, so he's going to do Kill Command and just go attack it there. And this is all in real time, so this is a nice quick game, which is what I like here. And you see the games is Ramp Druid is actually really quick too. I'm coming up on 9 mana, so you can see where the card draw is pretty good. I have 18 HP though, so he does have a little momentum. I will have 2 attack left over. I don't want to play Ysera because he's just going to go face. But I think about it, I'm like, I'm going to have 2 mana crystals left over. I can just attack that Bear Shark, because even though it is immune to spells, you can still attack it with weapons. Essentially, that's what you have as a Druid. and I drew the other Primordial Drake. So this game is sort of really over. I'm just kind of just waiting for him to do stuff. So I'm just want to control the board while he gives up, because he's going to have a hard time getting past my taunts. So this is a turn where I'm really thinking about how I want to clear this board. If I use Primordial Drake, I just drew Swipe. So that was the card I needed to do a good board clear, because I didn't want to destroy my taunt minion if I didn't have to. So what I'm going to do is move the Curator in there. And I don't want to use Primordial Drake to kill the Curator, but I'll swipe it and destroy those other minions. I have 6 mana left over. I put Arthas down and do that. Now I did swap out Arthas for Infested Plague, so you could see where Infested Plague would have came first. I wouldn't have even used the hero power to gain 1 HP. I would have had even more taunt minions out in front. And as he's struggling to get through those taunt minions now, because we've done a full clear, I would have did swipe into or infestation into swipe, and then cleared him. I would have the 4/2 and the 2/1/1s, and he just missed his draw there. He didn't get any good thing.